Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning, everyone. My name is Amirah Zahra with student number 20050860883. And in this occasion, I would like to explain to you about gender and age in EFL context in sociolinguistic framework. Let's start. The first one, we want to talk about the gender exclusive speech differences, highly structured communities, or the researcher found inside the gender, and then how it is differentiated um, in the speech differences. The first one is women and men do not speak in exactly the same way as each other in any community. There are communities where the language is shared by a woman and man, but particular linguistic features occur only in the woman's speech or only in the man's speech. These features are usually small differences in pronunciation or word shape morphology. In this community, if a person used the wrong form for their gender in some of the communities, the other members of the community may consider them bisexual. Some languages signal the gender of the speaker in the pronoun system. Linguistic differences between the speech of women and men may be just one dimension of more extensive differences reflecting the social hierarchy as well. The fact that there are clearly identifiable differences between women's and men's speech in the communities that discussed in this section reflects the clearly democratic gender roles in this community. The next one, what we want to talk about is gender preferential speech features or social dialect research. So okay, in all the English-speaking cities where speech data has been collected, for instance, women use more ing pronunciations and fewer in pronunciations than men in words like swimming and typing. Women tend to use more of the standard forms than men do, while men use more of the vernacular forms than women do. Next, we want to talk about the gender and social class. So, the linguistic features which differ in the speech of women and men in Western communities are usually features which also distinguish the speech of people from different social classes. In every social class where surveys have been undertaken, men use again more vernacular forms than women. Women generally use more standard grammatical forms than men. In many speech communities, when women use more of a linguistic form than men, it is generally the standard form or the overtly prestigious form that women favor. The next one, we want to talk about the explanation of women linguistic behavior. So there are three explanations that we want to discuss. The first one is the social status explanation. So women use more standard speech forms than men because they are more status conscious than men. The claim is that women are more aware of the fact that the way they speak signals their social class background or social status in the community. The second one, women's role as guardian of society's values. So society tends to expect better behavior from women than from men. Women are designated to the role of modeling correct behavior in the community. Predictably, then, following this argument, society expects women to speak more correctly and standardly than men, especially when they are serving as models for children's speech. The third one, subordinate groups must be polite. Women, as a subordinate group, it is argued, must avoid offending men, and so they must speak carefully and politely. By using standard forms, a woman is protecting her face, again, a technical term used by sociologists with approximately the same meaning as in the phrase to lose face. She is also avoiding offense to others. The next one, we want to talk about the age-graded features of speech. So, one of the most obvious speech differences between women and men is in the pitch of their voices. Men heads and lungs are also larger than women's, just as older people's are bigger than children's. As a result, male voices generally sound lower in pitch than women's, just as adult voices sound deeper than children's. Not only pitch, but vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar can differentiate age groups. Okay, the last one, we want to talk about the age and social dialect data. So, as people get older, the speech becomes gradually more standard, and then later it becomes less standard and is once again characterized by vernacular forms. Many social dialectologists have found that adolescents use particularly high frequencies of vernacular form, especially if there are forms such as in and multiple negotiation, which people clearly recognize and identify as non-standard. Well, I think that's all for me, and thank you guys for watching my video. I will attach my Canva link below, so I hope you guys could learn from my presentations today. And thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.